excitement of Abu Dhabi, truly international, cultural, but also modern in its approach. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Musabbeh Al-Kaabi, our Emirati chef and chef ambassador for the country, who will talk to us and demonstrate one of our favorite dishes. Chef Musabbeh, he runs several restaurants. He works for the Dubai-based hotel chain Jumeirah, where he's the executive chef down at the Zabil Sarai Hotel. Chef Musabbeh also was one of our very first World Chef qualified judges, so he is very much involved in our judging and also in our teaching of Emirati cuisine. And there's no one better for this than Chef Musabbeh, and I think originally from Hatta.
Yeah.
Hatta is where the farms are,
Exactly.
in the Hadika.
Yeah, between the mountain and all this in the wadi, and yeah.
So Hatta is the countryside of Dubai, yeah, which is in its own right becoming a tourist destination now. There's been a big push.
Yeah.
But now I would like to hand the ropes over to Chef Musabbeh, who will take you through one of our very classical and traditional dishes here in the Emirates. Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Musabbeh.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and say it again. First of all, good morning, everyone. Thanks for the Excellency Mariam Al-Maheri, and for all of the here, Chef Thomas, Chef Ove, and the rest, Mr. Andy as well, and the rest of the chefs who's here, who knows me or who's coming from around the world to celebrate this big event, which is the Congress, which is, as Mr. Andy say, we're waiting for 4 years to have this event. So for me, as an Emirati chef, I like to introduce my favorite or Emirati authentic dish, which is machboos. This dish will be everywhere in every house in UAE. So it will be like 80 to 90% will be daily in our table. So thanks for everybody who's here, and I'm gonna introduce the ingredients, what I'm gonna use. I will take maybe 20 minutes. I will make it fast as soon as fast I can. So I have here a chicken, which is the main ingredient. Then I have the rice, which is basmati rice. I have the ghee. Local food is always cooked with the ghee, so we are a little bit heavy food. So we have the ground spices here, which is dry lemon, and we have cinnamon stick, bay leaves, and cardamom. I have local spices as well, which is bizarre. We call it bizarre in UAE. I have turmeric powder, and I have the salt and pepper. I have onion. I have ginger garlic paste. I have coriander, and I have tomato as well. Finally, I will do hashwa. Everybody knows what's meaning hashwa, which is the garnish in the end of the dish. And I have water, definitely. So I'm going to start one by one. So basically, this dish, it's yeah. Now it works. So basically, this dish, it came from, let's say, Badawi, which is like it's who's living in the desert, who's living near to the mountain, and it's very popular dish, as we say in Emirati, and it's also winter dish. So basically, the female long time back, they call it foga, because foga which mean in top each other. It's all in one pot. So that's why we say foga. So I will put the ghee now first. Let's heat it more. Then I will go with the ground spices. Waiting. Again, I want to say that this dish is very authentic Emirati dish. So we'll go with the ground spices first, which is the ghee is melt now. So we'll go with the ground spices first. Yeah. Then I need to have the flavors of the ground spices with the ghee as well. So then I will start with the onion, with the garlic. Then we'll go slowly with the chicken, then the spices, then the tomato, and then we'll put water. We'll keep it boiled for a while. Then after that, we're going to add the spices, then the rice, and we're going to finish it out with the hashwa. Hashwa, which is a garnish, which is made by lentil and onion, local spices, and raisin. So maybe you can start smelling the ghee. Yeah, so I will straight away go with the onion. Yeah, it's not really very hot, but it's getting hot now.
You mentioned the word bizarre, Chef Musabbeh.
Yeah, bizarre.
Explain the bizarre.
Bizarre.
The bizarre.
The bizarre, actually, it's the local spices, which is basically it's different between house to the house, mother to mother. Everyone have his own ingredients, but basically it's made from like 5 to 6 ingredients, which is basil, which is coriander and coriander seed, cinnamon stick, cardamom, bay leaves, cloves, and peppercorn, or you call it black pepper corn. So house to house is different, which is mean someone increasing the coriander, someone increasing the cumin, someone increasing the cinnamon. So that's why house to house is becoming different. Mother to mother, they have different recipe. So you will not have same bizarre in every house. This is what's make Emirati food a little bit like special or a little bit different than others.
As Chef said, mother to mother is the most important thing. Some mothers put 9 items, some mothers put 12, some mothers put 16.
Yeah, then they roast it in the oven for like 10 minutes in the oven for like 160 to 150 for 10 minutes or 8 minutes. Then they take it, they put it in the room temperature to cool it down, then they blend it. So that's how we do our bizarre, which is the spices. So now, So now I will put the chicken. I need the chicken to a little bit get colored before I put the rest of the ingredients, which is tomato and spices and all the things.
I'm sure our Indian colleagues are sitting there saying this sounds very much like a biryani.
Exactly. It's in India, maybe they call it dum biryani, which is like it's same colors give you. So as I say now, they call it machboos, but long time back we call it foga. Foga mean in top each other. Long time back, the mom, they don't have, or the mother or the female, they don't have that luxury kitchen in their house. So they have maybe one boat, or maybe sometimes there are 2 neighbors sharing one boat. So that's why this dish came, which is called foga. Foga and top each other. You see, I will use one boat to cook all these ingredients. So that's why it's called foga. Now they're becoming modern, they call it machboos. But basically it's foga. It's not machboos, because it's in top each other.
Also,
So
we also, our country's location, Chef, being so close to India, Iran, in the middle of the spice road. Basically, we can see the influences from many countries in our cuisine. Yes, we can see different influences from different countries within the cuisine of the Emirates.
Yeah, I mean, as Mr. Anders said as well, it's city to city, the dish is getting a little bit changed, and I mean not only in machboos or in foga, in many in couple of different dishes, you'll see it's a different between city to city. Ras Al Khaimah doing different than Dubai, Dubai different than Abu Dhabi different than Al Ain, Al Ain is different. So everyone doing his own way, which is the same. So now the chicken is like, let's say 50% is cooked. Now I will go with the spices, yeah, which is again we say local spices, yeah. In India they have similar, which is called Madras curry powder, yeah. Anyone from India here, chef?
Just a few.
So it's exactly similar to Madras curry powder. So sometimes in the hotel line, if we don't have this, because it's difficult sometimes, because it's as I say, it's mom recipe. Sometimes difficult to find it in the market, and normally we use Madras curry powder. It gives you similar flavor to the local spices. So now we can smell. So I want to say, so normally people when they cook, if in the powder or the spices, they think it's powder. Powder meaning is like it's cooked. No, everything you must give time for it. I mean, you must cook it. If in the powder, which is curry powder or thermic powder or whatever powder, you must give it time, because if all those things, they must get time to cook to reduce their flavors to the food. If you put just top and top and top and say I'm finished, this is not the way to cook. So you can, if there's a fan here, maybe you can smell the aroma of the machbous. So now, as I say, I just put the spices. It's and the chicken is almost like 60% is cooked. I cut it small, so not take longer with you guys. I know you are busy. We have competition for a couple of days, and everybody busy, everybody in rush. So I'll start to put the tomato, sliced tomato. You can put it up to you, wedges. You can do up to you, but you have to put tomato. So now, in this generation, normally they do tomato paste, but in our cuisine, we never use tomato paste at all in any of our dishes. We use only tomato to give the freshness. Fine. So I will let the full ingredients to just get together. Then I will go with the rice. So
how would you describe Emirati cuisine to the people that haven't visited the Emirates before? Is hummus, mutabel, tabbouleh, and omali Emirati food?
that's the big issue here. That's the thing. They think that's mutabel tabbouleh. And one day I was doing training for one of the hospital in UAE. Then one dish was it was haris, which is basically 5 ingredients, which is haris, which is barley and salt, cardamom, water, and meat. 5. So this guy, I give him the recipe, my recipe, you know. Then I'm waiting the guy to stand in the line to put their ingredients. Then I will come to teach them. So I see one guy, he putting garlic next to him. I say, for what garlic? He say, I Google it, and it's garlic is there. I say, man, you never put garlic in haris. And the chefs who work in UAE, I think they know what's meaning haris. So you never use garlic with haris. So I will put the water.
Haris is one of our very, very traditional dishes eaten in celebrations and also eaten during Ramadan, during the holy month. And it's a very well cooked dish, 6 to 8 hours. Whole lamb, the wheat, boiling, cooking, removing the bones, then pounding and grinding until you get quite a gelatinous texture, but then topped with fresh ghee. It's very nice. It is freshly made haris is something that's quite delicious. But it's eaten lunch, dinner, and then I believe someone was telling me, one chef, that if there was haris left over in the morning, some mothers would serve it a little bit like a creme brulee. So they would top it with a little bit of, make it hot, and a little bit of dibs, honey, or a little bit of sugar on top, yes?
Yeah. They have similar in India. They call it halim, you know, chef. You add maybe a little bit coriander, onion, chili, yeah? Halim. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Don't all speak at once, Indian chefs. Halim, yes.
So I will leave it to boil for a while. Then I will finish it with the rice, and that's it.
So
very simple dish. Yeah. Yes, chef.
No, so the cuisine is a melting pot, really, chef. Like the country, as Her Excellency said, we have 200 nationalities living in the country, and I came here 30 years ago, and one of the biggest opportunities I had as a cook was actually to learn great Indian food from the Indian chefs I worked with, Sri Lankan food, Arabic food, whether it be from Egypt or Syria or Jordan, but then also the Emirati food. 30 years ago, Emirati food was nowhere really in the hotels, except for Emirati wedding parties. There was a couple of guys in Dubai that did Emirati food for us. Bin Eid was a very famous restaurant that we used to buy the food from because our chefs didn't know how to cook the local dishes of the country. And back then there was no Emirati chefs working in commercial kitchens or in the hotel industry. Yeah. Many chefs like Chef Musabbeh, they cooked in their houses, or they cooked in their hometown, for example. But then as the city and the country progressed, we needed to get the young Emirati people into the industry, not only in kitchens, but in the complete hospitality industry, as this was one of the biggest visions of the rulers, was to make sure that the country isn't completely dependent on oil and that there are additional revenue streams for the country, and that's where we see tourism being one of them, the financials and the residential and the property, but the hospitality is an extremely important part of the society at the moment, and many Emiratis work with us as expatriates in the kitchens and also in the hotel operations throughout the country, which is great. We see chefs like Chef Musabbeh leading this new generation, or pioneers as I call them, of the hospitality industry, and it's most important that we as the Emirates Culinary Guild and as chefs give them the opportunity to deliver to you their traditional foods as well.
Yeah.
We should have made some uzi and some camel as well, chef. Yeah.
Yeah, if I have enough time, we'll do camel uzi.
Yeah. What are some of the other dishes that you cook in the hotels and those sort of things, chef? Talk us through some of the other dishes that we have.
In the hotel, see now, Sunday, we direction of the government and all these things. So now we start already to do local corner, which is for breakfast, for lunch and dinner for the buffet, and plus we include Emirati cuisine and room service menu as well. So if you come to our hotel, you will find minimum 4 dishes of Emirati food in the room service menu, which is directive of Sheikh Mohammed long time back. And now our buffet we call it Dubai breakfast or Dubai lunch or Dubai. So we call it Dubai since we are in Dubai. Yeah, I mean we go a little bit extra mile to introduce our food, our culture to those tourists who come to the hotel, because as you know it's coming from around the world. So it's chance to see the Emirati breakfast, Emirati lunch, Emirati dinner. So not only hummus, tabbouleh, and.
Is there somewhere you'd recommend the chefs try? They've got a couple of free evenings up their sleeve. Is there any restaurants in Abu Dhabi or Dubai that you would recommend some of our international delegates to go and visit and try Emirati cuisine?
Yeah, in Abu Dhabi I'm not sure, but in Dubai, yes, they come visit. The restaurant is called Mashua. It's trained by female, a local female, and the chef, it's mixed nationality inside, but she trained them very, very well. And to be honest, this is the only restaurant that I recommend for anyone who like to test Emirati food out of the Emirati house. So they must go there, Al Mashua, which is in Dubai, and City Walk. And they have, I think, other branch. It's in Legoland, but I think Legoland is closed because of COVID. But for sure in City Walk, it's there. So now the rice is boiled. Sorry, the curry or the masala is boiled. Now we'll put the rice slowly, slowly. That's what we call foga, because everything on top each other, yeah? You see, I don't use other pot. It's only one pot for all these ingredients. If you count it, it's more than 16 ingredients. It's all in one pot, which is similar to how we call it in Spain, paella. Paella?
Yep.
Yeah. Similar to that. So now I will put salt and pepper. That's why you have to put your salt and pepper. Anyway, I'm talking with the chefs. Chefs know better than me. I'm putting the seasoning, salt and pepper in the end. So make sure the rice, the chicken, the spices, it's get seasoned well.
And you pre-soak the rice, chef, yeah? You had the rice soaking in
Yes,
water? Yeah.
yes. You must do. So now everything done. Now just we'll give a little bit time. I will do final touch to just give the freshness, which is coriander and mint. Normally nobody use mint, but it's my style. I use mint to give you the freshness of the... I don't put it in beginning, otherwise I will kill the flavors. So I put it in the end. So I make sure that the flavor is there to go with you to the end of the dish. So we'll keep it now for maybe 10 minutes, then we are done. Then I will plate it. I will put the hashwa. Again, hashwa, we call it it's the garnish of the dish. With the hashwa, it's made from lentil, yellow lentil, fried onion, and raisin. You can use, you can add, if you like, what's called, any nuts, what you have, like almond, you need to use any kind of nuts, up to you. But the main things, it's fried onion, yellow lentil, and raisin. This is the three main ingredients. Then nuts, if you want to put almond, you put hazelnut, you put whatever, it's up to you guys. So the dish or the rice start boiling now. As you say, 10 minutes to 12 minutes, then we are done.
How long do you cook a camel for?
Depends, chef. It's if it's baby, it's take like maybe 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours. If it's a big one, it will take maybe 6 to 8 hours.
And what's the method of cooking? Because I've been very lucky to witness the cooking of camel on charcoal under the ground, covered with, in a pot, of course, covered with sand, covered with charcoal.
Yeah.
And could you explain a little bit maybe about how we cook the uzi, the lamb, and also the camel for the chefs?
See, there is two. I mean, there is maybe more than two way to cook the camel. But as you say, Mr. Andy, no, the first one, it's we bring. There is two type of trees, which is you cannot find it. It's only in the mountain, which is shu and shahs, shu and shahs. Plus, you make a bag of the palm tree. They make a bag, big bag. Then You put down the two type of tree from the mountain, little bit down, just like a bed. Then you marinate it with the salt, pepper, spices, turmeric, and all these things, and salt. Then you put it inside in the bed, what I call it a bed. Then you put again, one more again. Then you stitch it. Then you on the charcoal or the wood until become a charcoal in the hole in the ground. When it's becoming only charcoal, then you put it inside this bag. Then you close it nicely. Must be is no leakage. If it's leakage, it will burn because the charcoal will still on. So you must close it nicely, so there is no air out, no air in, and we'll take. Normally in Hatta we put it like this is especially in Eid. We do tonight, the evening, around 6 o'clock evening before the sunset, and we remove it next day for the lunch at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. After the prayer, we go, we take it, when we come home, we'll eat it. Yeah. So it's take like 14 hours, 14, 16 hours, yeah. There's other way you do in the pot. It's a big pot with the strainer in the middle, so you put water down, and then again you marinate. You cut the meat, the camel meat. Is not so big. Don't leave it big because it's not cooked. Will not get cooked. So it's this much big. Then again you marinate it. You put it in the strainer, and there is a water down, so it will cook in the steam. Cover it. Then again will take like 4 to 6 hours. Then after that, you remove you remove it from the fire. You put it down. Then you put again charcoal on top to just give it color. So this is the other way.
And when is camel eaten? When do we eat camel?
In special occasion, it's in the wedding or in special like Eid or mostly it's in wedding, like 70% in wedding.
Yeah.
But still, people, when some love guest or someone, you don't see him for a long and he's traveling like from Saudi to here. So this is part of hospitality. So you showcase like you treat him well. So camel is not a cheap animal. No, it's very expensive. So you show him that you really respect him, and you show him case of your hospitality.
And do you eat the hump?
Hump is full of fat. Hump, no. We cut, but the meat under the hump, it's pinky. It's a pinky color. It's the most tasty or the most tender part in the camel, because under the hump, it's nothing touch this meat. So it's always massage. When the camel is walking, the hump is shaking. It's giving massage for this meat. So this will be pinky and very, very, very tender. It's more tender than beef tenderloin.
It's almost like Wagyu.
Exactly.
Massaged by a hump. Yeah, the camel is a very important animal to the country. We have a camel beauty pageant. We have camel markets. We have camel races, where we have little robotic jockeys that are attached to the back of the camels. So camels still play a very, very important part in the culture and heritage of the country. And as Chef said, the eating of camel is quite rare, but it's for special occasions. So that's where we're lucky, because we work in the hotels, we get to see it firsthand. I've actually seen the Uzis and the camels come, as Chef explained, in Barasti, which is the local word for the bag. Barasti is the dried date fronds, where they weave a bag to put the camel in. Some people wrap it in banana leaves as well, different leaves as well, and then they tie it up, and then they just roast him slowly under the ground, and then you open him up, to the horror of the health and safety people, of course, when they see the dry leaves and everything, and the sand and everything, but all good.
So we're almost done, and just want to share one more skills when you do majbouz. If you feel yourself, you add more water, so don't cover it. Like now, I just remove the cover if you see. Just to steam, the waters go out. If you feel it's a little bit over, if you feel need water, then you can add, no problem. But normally you put it, after you add the water, when it's boiled, you just cover it nicely. You put it in very slow flame and keep it for 15 to 20 minutes. This is the really, then you rest it maybe again for 5 minutes. As you know, you are all chefs, professional. And if any food you cook, you must rest it. So you need to rest it. So now I need 3 minutes more, then I'm gonna plate it, I'm gonna garnish it, then that's it.
Nearly done, Chef, yeah?
Yeah. So 3 minutes more, then I'll plate it, done.
We started a bit early, but we won time, and now we're back on track again. Have no fear. Coffee break is here, as per the grand plan, 10:30. But yeah, no, that's great, Chef. Some great insights into the country. Yeah, so hummus, mutabel, and tabbouleh, and the kofta kebab is not Emirati. Omali is not Emirati. Omali is Egyptian, as we know. But there's also a lot of desserts made in traditional ways. The halwa maskati from Oman. There's carrot halwa. There's the boba, asida. Yeah, maybe just explain a couple of the dishes that we call desserts, but then they also eat the sweet dishes during the main course as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of those sweet dishes, especially like the balalit for breakfast?
Yeah, balalit is going in breakfast, going in afternoon tea, going in as a dessert, it's everywhere. So we don't have like a starter, main course, dessert. We always, when we eat, everything in the table, sweets, main course, whatever it is. So it's always in the table. Salad, we have very rare salad, maybe 3 to 4 salad. Very rare, we don't go for salad. Basically, our salad is onion and tomato and green chili. That's it. So we don't do salad. But now, I mean, old generation, basically they have, but no one carry out or no one bringing out this type of salad, which is gaff salad, and there is a raw mango salad. There is a couple of salad actually, but no one knows about it now. But yes, we don't have too much salad, maybe 3 maximum.
Yeah, many of the old recipes get lost as well in time, which is a shame. As the country boomed in the last 40 to 50 years, there's many things that have maybe been lost over the years. But hopefully, people like Chef Musabbeh and some of our other Emirati chefs will hopefully be able to keep those recipes alive for us. How are we looking there, Chef? All cooked?
Done.
Done.
I'm going to plate it now. Then I will garnish it, as I say, with hashwa.
What was the hashwa, Chef?
Hashwa, as I say, Chef, it's basically it's lentil, yellow lentil, and fried onion and raisin, little bit local spices. And if you like to add more nuts, it's up to you. Cashew nuts, hazelnuts, almond, it's up to you. So now the dish is cooked.
Excellent. Well,
I already switch off the.
Look at that.
I already switch off the power. Chicken is cooked.
I'll go and have a smell, because I'm allowed to. I'm
Please.
chairman.
Make sure you come.
I see the lumi there.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. It's unique smells. It's the bizarre and the spices that chef used give it that unique smell and aroma.
Yeah, chef. So this is the hashwa. I will just put it in top. This is basically our garnish. There is no coriander. There is no basil. There is no green color. It's all eatable. Okay. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you so much.
Chef Musabbeh Kaabi,
Thank you so much.
Rick Stevens. If you could come up on stage. Can you, where's my cameraman? And you can really see the color. There we go. The color, the lumi, the meshwa, all the beautiful combinations that Chef has taken us through. Fantastic, Chef. Thank you very much. Bravo. I'll have that for breakfast.